Philadelphia, San Jose, DC, Los Angeles Galaxy,
Pitch Pass,
Colorado Rapids, Vancouver Whitecaps, Seattle Sounders, Montreal Impact, USA, New York Red Bulls.
Pitch Pass, your all-access credential to the people that matter in MLS. Here's your host, Greg Roach.
Hello, welcome to another edition of Pitch Pass. Took last week off. We had a couple of things going on behind the scenes. Thanks for nothing, Kyle Sheldon. But we're back now and we're ready to talk about MLS. A lot going on in the world of MLS. So we're going to focus in on one of the more surprising teams in MLS this year. And we talked to Ivis Galarcep earlier this summer. We mentioned that this team's probably a year away. I will ask our guest if he agrees, because more and more it's looking like they're not a year away. They're ready to be heard now. But first, go to pitchpass.com. Get all the information on the show. We would appreciate if you go there, check it out, read some of Sebastian Salazar's fantastic columns that he posts there, and subscribe to the show in whatever way you want. The link to the iTunes, to your Stitcher Radio, to your Buzzsprout. However you want to get the show, we've got a way for you to do it. And make sure you're following us on Pitch Pass, at Pitch Pass, at Strika, STRIKA09 or 09 is the Twitter handle of our guest today. He is in the running for Rookie of the Year for sure, if not the front runner for Rookie of the Year. He is a forward for Colorado Rapids. He's Deshorn Brown, and he's joining us right now on Pitch Pass. Deshorn, great to talk to you, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
But I guess let's start with the news of the week, which is the MLS 24 under 24. Congratulations, by the way, on making the list. You were number 20 this year.
All right, thank you.
What is that something that matters to you guys? Now, I know you'll say it's just an honor to be on the list or whatever, but do you look at the list and you go, 20, maybe it should be a little higher? What are your thoughts on that list?
No, I don't really think about it that much, but I mean, the fans, they vote for who they would like the most or whatever, so, I mean, I just work with the show, whatever is happening, I'm happy and grateful for the spot that I get, so, I mean, I'm just holding my head up and focus on the season.
Who, if you were going to give someone a little bit of grief over the list, who gets more grief? Dylan for not being as high as you, or Chris for not making the list at all?
Well, yeah, but it's both, I would say, because it's not like we're not putting the work, and it's not like we're not making a name for ourselves as well, you know, because we've been doing a lot so good for the season already, you know, and we contribute a lot for the Rapids and stuff like that. So I was really surprised not seeing Chris on it.
Yeah.
I thought Dylan would be a little bit lower as well. So I even thought I would be a little bit lower, but I guess it's just the way it is and the way the people vote, I guess. So I'm just happy that I'm on there as well. But as I say, I thought Chris would be on there and Dylan would have been down more as well. So I don't know what's going on.
The good news for you is you've got at least another year to be eligible for the list. So I don't know if that's a goal, is to go, okay, I'm going to work harder, get my name out there, and get a little bit higher. But you do have that opportunity.
Yeah, I have the opportunity to next year to try to get lower as I can and stuff like that. But I'm not going to really focus on that right now because, you know, the season it's more than halfway. We just have 5 more games before playoffs, so I'm just going to keep my head in the right direction from here, and next year take care of itself, you know.
I want to ask you a question about high school, and I am originally from Philadelphia, so the home of the Penn Relays. And I remember back when I was running track in high school that when the Jamaican teams came up to the Penn Relays, it was just domination, to the point where we were almost afraid to run against them. That's how good the Jamaican teams were. So when I looked up where you went to high school, St. Elizabeth Tech, that was one of the teams. So did you run track for St. Elizabeth Tech?
I do it my freshman year in high school, but I didn't really take it that serious because I didn't like soccer more, so I just try to focus on one. I've been trying to balance and do both when I was in high school, but it wasn't really working out because I didn't really get in much time to do my schoolwork, so I just picked one, you know, and just start focusing there.
Could you have run with those boys, though, if you had concentrated on track?
Oh, yeah, for sure, because I would be doing the track training and with everything to make you get faster and stronger, so, you know. If I was taking the track serious, then I probably would would be there running or probably running for Jamaica right now, I guess. But I just branch off to something that I like more. So.
Of course. But what St. Elizabeth Tech is a track powerhouse, correct? And you guys were very familiar with the Penn Relays.
Yeah. There's a lot of people leave from my school every year, come over here and run in the Penn Relays. So it's just a tradition that's been going on for a very long time, even before I get there in high school. So
Definitely.
It's just a thing of running.
We had Dominic Aduro on earlier in the year. I asked him if he thought he was the fastest guy in the league. He said yes. Would you agree with that statement, or would you have another name that you would throw in, maybe a Deshorn Brown?
Well, I don't know. Everybody has their own thoughts of what they think. If you think he's the fastest guy, then that's his mentality of thinking.
Who do you think the fastest guy is, Deshorn?
Well, I'm not going to brag, but I know I can run. But the only way I could say, okay, it's faster than me, unless we go for a run and see how it works out in that way.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I'm not going to judge and say, okay, I'm faster than him, because it's not going to be like that. I would rather run him on a 100-meter or 50 or whatever to make it sensible to see who was the fastest.
Yeah, then we would see exactly.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the beginning part of your season. I feel like this was a really good situation for you to be a part of, because at the beginning of the year, the other forwards on Colorado were struggling with injuries. So you had a really nice chance to establish yourself, which you did. And now that we're in a part of the season where the Rapids have gotten healthy with the Atiba Harris and Edson Buttle, and they've signed Gabriel Torres, you've already had a chance to prove yourself, whereas if you were a rookie on another team, you would maybe have to wait your turn. I feel like you should still feel like you deserve a place in the lineup. Was that a good situation for you at the beginning of the year?
Well, it worked out in my favor, because I didn't expect to come in and get too many playing times as well. So I was just trying to come in and try to improve on my game, and as you say, wait till I get my time. But it just happened that things just happened that it just ended up that I get a chance to come in as a rookie and prove myself that I can play the game, and it's been working out for me, and it's been helping the team a lot. So it's just the right thing that's happened at the right time, I guess. So it's just going pretty good, and I'll just keep focusing on it. And I mean, I still have a plan of what he's doing, so I don't know. I don't know what. I know, just as you said, probably a lot of people think I should be still in the starting lineup, but he's the coach. He knows what's going on, so I don't know. But I always be ready mentally, physically. Even if I'm coming off the bench, whatever. I just plan whenever it's game time. I just plan in whichever way that I have to go out there and do something. Whether coming off the bench or starting in the lineup. So it's the mentality I have.
What are some of the things that you've learned from the different strikers on the team other than yourself? So, like, say, for instance, Edson Buttle. I know you haven't worked with Gabriel Torres much, but what have you learned from an Edson Buttle and an Atiba Harris as far as honing your game and being a better player?
It's basically, it's mostly keeping is holding of the ball now. And I came in, I wasn't holding of the ball properly as well, but I'm kind of improving that, to be honest. It's kind of getting better. I try to take a lot of things from Edson, his movements off the ball and stuff like that. So, because he's a great striker, I like playing with him and stuff like that. So I try to take the best I can from him and try to learn, because he's a veteran in the league and playing professional for a very long time. So I just try to take the most as I can from him and try to communicate to him and understand. And sometimes he try to correct me or stuff like that. So it's been pretty good.
Well, when you look at a guy like Edson Buttle, you see that the Rapids have signed a designated player. Does that give you any pause or cause for concern, being that these two guys are playing the position that you play?
It wasn't a concern. I mean, they have a plan of what they want to accomplish throughout the season and try to win the cup, So the more key player they get, the better for the team, It's just like within them getting injured and I get a chance to play, and now they're getting back up and getting fit and ready and stuff like that. So it's kind of helping because he scored 3 goals in 3 games, helped us big time for this past month. So that's a good thing, So I get my chance in the early part of the season and I make use of it. And I'm still stepping up there and try to contribute to the team as well. So I just think everything happened for a reason, and it's just working in our favor.
We saw what Vicente Sanchez is capable of in the last match that you guys played. What's it like being on the field with him?
He's pretty good. I mean, he's a great player too. He always ready to play. He always movements off the ball, always ready to, like when you get the ball, I know the mentality you have to be just thinking like, okay, it's time for me to go, or it's time for me to wait, or what's he gonna do, So I like playing him. He have that thing to keep the team going and like the chemistry to push forward, So whenever he's on the field, it's just like a real thing going on. And I like playing him a lot because I played with him in his second game, and he gave me a goal, which was pretty good against Vancouver. So he's a great player.
He gives me a goal. He's a great player.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, after looking at the draft and how the team has been stocking itself up the last 2 years as far as the draft's concerned, people looked at you guys, especially your early season form, your emergence, and Clint Irwin's emergence as a team that, down the road will have to be reckoned with. And I think now, and I said this at the top of the show, that it's a situation where, no, this isn't a team that we can say, well, they're going to be really tough next year. You guys are tough this year. Is that something that you guys, was there some point over the course of the season where you guys went, wait a second, we're not just a bunch of young guys learning on the job. We're actually competing, and we're looking for MLS Cup.
Yeah, I mean that's a mentality we have, Even everybody say we have a very young team. We don't really make that bother us or anything because it doesn't matter how young you are. You just say if you know well about the game, if you can play the game well, anything can happen. And it's kind of working out for us. I know we got a pretty young team, but we play a lot of big teams and we beat them. So it's not like who's younger, who's older, or whatever. It's just who ready for the game and who's like physically and try to win games, like stuff like that. So it's just the mentality of try to win every game we can.
How do you feel? Because, this is your rookie year. This is probably more matches than you've ever played in a calendar year in your life. Where are you at physically right now? And do you feel a little fatigued as we get too close to the end of the year?
I'm not gonna lie. I feel a little bit fatigued. They try to give us some massage and try to free us up a little bit, but the other day I feel my body feel down and stuff like that. But I'm kind of getting better back up there now, and I feel really good in training and stuff like that. So I think the massage and everything is working out. So I'm sure by then I'll be okay because I'm not getting a lot of playing time now as well. So I'm sure by then my body will recover and feel much better if we make it in the playoffs.
I wanted to ask you, and I know this is something that, if not in the back of your mind, in the front of your mind, but it hasn't really been acknowledged publicly. Have you been in touch with the Jamaican Federation? Have they contacted you, and do you know if they are keeping track of your movements for Rapids this season?
I'm sure they do because each time I play here, and if I didn't even score a goal, it's all over the news in Jamaica. I'm sure they hear what's going on and. They know what's going on as well because they follow me on Twitter and Facebook and stuff like that, so they know what's going on. But the thing is, they haven't called me yet, and I don't know what the plan. I don't know what the plan they have or whatever. Basically, they're not going to make it to the World Cup next year, so I don't know what's going to happen. And they only have one more World Cup qualifier against play, and it's against the US. So I don't know what the plan is or whatever. So. I'm just waiting on my time and see what the plan they have. They haven't called me yet or anything like that. But
all right,
I'm just here. Yeah,
I'm gonna read between the lines, Deshorn, and take from that statement that you are a little perplexed that you haven't received at least a phone call.
No, I haven't. To be honest, I haven't. And I don't know. As I said, I don't know the plan they have or whatever. I'm just waiting on my time to see what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. And you're Jamaica through and through, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, you're living in the States now, Deshorn. You're probably on your way to getting citizenship. So I'm just asking the questions. Wouldn't mind a little at speed on the national team.
Well, that's a tough question to answer. I mean, the U.S. got a lot of strikers and stuff like that, but if I'm not gonna lie, if they give me the opportunity to play, yeah, I would definitely go.
Well, let me ask you, last question on this. Are you working towards U.S. citizenship since you kind of you've been living here the last few years?
Oh, yeah, definitely I am. I'm trying to get my green card and stuff like that. So
okay.
I'm trying to be a citizen of America, so hopefully, if Jamaica haven't called me then, I'm sure the U.S. will think through it and try to see if they can give me a playing time.
You mentioned something just a few minutes ago about the results of Rapids matches, or at least your highlights are shown in Jamaica. What is the sense of back home of what do people think of MLS in Jamaica?
I'm not gonna lie. My community that I grew up in, there's a lot of people start watching MLS there now because I'm playing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people start following the MLS on Twitter and Facebook and stuff. They try to keep updates because I don't know if because I'm playing or whatever, but I can guarantee you in my little community, everybody there watch the MLS like whenever I have game, or even sometimes even if I don't have game, they watch the other teams as well. So they kind of get into like the MLS more and stuff like that. So. What leagues
are the big leagues in Jamaica? Is it the Premier League, just because of a lot of Jamaicans tend to immigrate to England?
Yeah, that was the main. They still watch it though. As I say, I don't know if because I'm playing the MLS right now, they kind of try to focus more on the MLS right now.
Yeah.
But they still watch like the European League and stuff like that, and the Spanish League and stuff like that. They mostly look to Europe, but as I say, I don't know if because I'm in the MLS right now, they're watching a lot too. So.
But so MLS is catching up then, basically.
Yeah, it is. I mean, in Jamaica, it does right now. I'm telling you. I don't know about like other countries, but in my community and my country, it's way big in there. People like it and everything like that. Cause, as I say, the sports leagues down there. Every time something happens here, they put it up on the ear down there. Everybody can see it in the whole country. So
very cool, very cool. Well, Deshorn, yeah. I want to take credit. I was all in on Deshorn Brown very early in the season. I drafted you onto my fantasy team like the first week. So I don't want these Johnny-come-latelys saying to you that they were your biggest fan. I was all in on Deshorn Brown early in the season, and you've rewarded me with many goals, especially in the first half of the season. So thank you for that, Deshorn.
Yeah, I'm fine. You're welcome.
We appreciate you taking some time to come on the show. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
That's right. Have a good one.
Pitch Pass.
This is your voice. This is my red, white, and blue. This is my anthem to you.
For more show information, go to pitchpass.com.